part 2 of Neville Goddard's videos, and this video specifically will not explaining details about why this affliction is happening in his natal chart. Now, this video is about explaining the vulnerability of why this person thinks this way. And because the natal chart itself, it's quite hard to experience if you're looking at that positions in this screen. It is heavy. It's heavy karma. It's hard to navigate these energies when the mind itself is so afflicted. But my point in this video that I want to highlight this situation is that Goddard is a good person, not because that he has this weird idea, this delusional idea. And why I say that he is a good person? Well, as you can see from the natal chart itself, there is protections that Jupiter itself is looking, where the moon is. There is protection because the fifth aspect from Jupiter itself is protecting the mind. This, regardless of how afflicted the mind is. But the point that I'm making here is that because the positions of Rahu itself is with the moon, Rahu hates the moon. And during that period of time when Goddard is entered the Mahadasha, the timings of the moon period, which is very hard for him. And during this time of transit to a different environments, to this life, a new life of him. And he met this figure. The name is Abdullah, the rabbi from New York City. Now, this figure that represents from the natal chart position itself, it represents what? It represents as Rahu itself. This is where the illusions of that Rahu is playing part, that false teaching, and made this person, this Goddard, to have these delusional ideas of life is the result of that afflicted moon. So, generally speaking, can we blame Goddard? No, of course not. He's just simply doing his karma, experiencing that karma, exhausting the karmas of what? Of the Mahadashas of the moon. He has to go through this base of life. But when you know this delusion, this delusional philosophy, exposing these ideas of manifestation and do this and that, thinking that the outside of your external world doesn't have free will, is beyond crazy. And it is okay to mention and expose and say that this is not the right way to learn and to teach the people with this philosophy. I feel really bad, like when someone looking up to this fraudulent philosophy that Goddard himself is is also the victim of this fraud, basically. You get my point here? So my point is that be mindful of whom you believing with, Try to do research first about this idea, certain idea, whatever that is. Because if we blindly follows what is, a quick seem to just fix life, because people who follow these ideas, they want to do better in life, right? And that is why vulnerability works so well with this so-called guru, because that false guru is using that vulnerability to basically profit. Now, That's all I can say about this Neville Goddard person. And like I said to you, he just doing the karma. He has to go through this pace of life. And why he met this individual that taught him of illusion. It's because the conjunction, like I said, the chart is there. It shows that there is a difficult situation that he has to go through and to burn the karma itself.